So, hello guys, good evening. So, we'll be discussing for tonight the start of Module 2. Unfortunately, we are already quite late. I was not able to discuss last week. So, we'll try to catch up. So, when we talk of financing decisions, this simply tells about whether our capital in starting our business will be generated from creditors or utango na to, or from investors or the owners themselves. So we will be discussing the time value of money, which is for module 1, and for module 2 the concept of bonds and stocks. So at the completion of this module, you will be able to explain the concept of time value of money, compute and calculate the future and present value of money, as well as recognize the importance of bonds and stocks, and discuss their proper valuation. So, if you work for a big corporation, your employer may sell shares and you need to determine whether it's worth the price. Either way, it is good to know the difference between stocks and bonds and a basic understanding of how they are valued. Same time, time value of money is an essential concept, and that how it affects the financial decision of a particular person or a corporation, taking into consideration inflation, uncertainty, and also the investor's time preference. So let us start with lesson 1 of module 2, time value of money. So discuss the concept related to time value of money, the terminologies, as well as the identification, the factors that affects the time value of money. So we have an activity here. Check the table on the right side of the box and fill in the blanks with the correct information. So there is a principal amount of 10,000 with an interest rate of 1.25%. So how much will the interest be? So please do compute and submit it to me, yeah, by siguro Monday. So let's start. Time value of money is the concept that the value of peso to be received in the future is less than the value of the peso on hand today. So basically, the amount of money that you have now has a higher buying power or purchasing power as compared to the value of money that you will be having 10 years or 5 years from now. Example, ang imong 1,000 pesos guys, mas daghan ng mapalit kaysa sa imong 1,000 5 years from now. So even if the face value is the same, wherein it's still 1,000 pesos, however, there is that concept of time value of money na mas sayo nimo makuha ang kwarta, the earlier you have the money, the more purchasing power it has. That is why kung sa una, if you are familiar, if you can still remember, ang mga palitonon sa una, mga plate, pagkaon is way cheaper as compared karon. I remember kanang plate sa motor sa una tag piso lang. Piso. Yeah, it's piso before. At unlike now nga it's 10 pesos. 10 pesos naman no or 8. So ang akong piso sa una nakabiyahe nako, but karon right now dili na piso, G's na. So in just a matter of 20 years, 20 more, yeah, more or less 20 years, nag times 10 ang value. So one reason is that money received today can be invested, thus generating more money. So and one of the concepts in time value of money is that ang imuhang kwarta karon, aside sa magbaba ang iyang purchasing power in the future, there is also that concept wherein pwede man gud nimo siya i-invest karon, and that is why, for example, 5% per year ang gina-income niya. So in 5 years time, kana imuhang 10,000 pesos will become higher in 5 years time. So mas dako siya, and again, you are able to purchase more. So another reason is that when a person opts to receive some of money in the future rather than today, is effectively lending the money, and there are risks involved in lending, such as default risk and inflation. So another is that kung naa kay option between dawato ng kwarta karon or 5 years from now, tapos you opted to receive the money 5 years from now, there is actually a risk nga dili nimo na siya makuha. Murag og katong sa una god nga if patulogon lang nimo for 1 month ang imong kwarta sa kapa, it will just earn 30%. Pero kung magpaabot kag 1 year, sa ako ang compute before, maabot siya og almost 2,000%. So, 2,000%. That's times 20 of your initial amount. But then again, there's no such thing as guarantee. That is why after how many months and years na nibali, nayabo. Okay, so that was the risk. Even if dako imong makuha in the future, there's no certainty that you will be able to receive it. So here are the few basic terms used in the time value of money. First one is present value, future value, as well as interest. When we talk of present value, this is the sum of money which, if invested now at a given rate of compound interest, will accumulate exactly to a specified amount in a specified future date. Take for example, let's try to give an example. You wanted to accumulate 1 million pesos in a matter of 5 years. Okay? So, right now, it's 2020. So, gusto nimo by 2025, maka-accumulate na ka og 1 million pesos. Question is, how much is 1 million today? How much is that 1 million 5 years from now today? So, at the given interest rate, for example, wala mo ko'y scientific calculator. So if we try to compute it, say 1 million, we wanted to accumulate 1 million pesos. So, raised to the power of negative, wala man, negative 5 times 1.05. Ay, yeah, hindi na ako siya makompute. Wala ko scientific calculator. But the point is, if you wanted 1 million 5 years from now, how much will you need today to be invested in a bank or financial institution at a particular interest? So, kumbaga, kung 10% per year ang interest niya, gusto nimo maka-accumulate og 1 million pesos 5 years from now, pila ang imong kailangan karon. So that is what you call present value. So, pila ba? Wala. Saan niya? I'll try to search lang ako ba. So, present value calculator. Ayun. So, future value is 1 million. Number of periods, 5 years. So, interest 10. So, compute. How much? Beginning. Mali na eh. Wait. Present value. Yeah. Calculate. Yun. 620,921. So, kung gusto kag 1 million after 5 years, tapos ang available nga pwede nimo investan is 10% per year. So you will need 620,921. Meaning, if naa kay 620,921 right now, ibutang nimo sa bangko na mag-generate og 10% interest compounded per year, in 5 years time mahimo na siyang 1 million. So the future value of 1 million in 5 years time, ang present value na niya is 620,921. So that is what you call present value. How much is the amount of how much today is the future amount? Tama ba ito pagkastorya? How much is the future amount today? Ana. You also have this future value. Is the amount that is obtained by enhancing the value of a present payment of series. So what if baliho na to? Na ako'y 1 million karon, 1 million pesos, pila na siya in 5 years time? Give at a 10% interest compounded annually. So compute na to. Pwede na ako na siya i-calculate. So 1 million, kay 1 million times 1.10 times 1.10 times 1.10. Okay. In 5 years time, kung kay 1 million, in 5 years time, tapos 10% ang interest per year, may mo siyang 1,610,510. So that is future value. The present value is 1 million karon, 1 million. Natay 1 million, that is the present value. Ang iyang future value 5 years from now at a 10% interest compounded annually is 1,610,510. So also, we have interest because we cannot really compute present value and future value without having the interest. Kaya kung zero na siya, zero ang interest, it will just be the same. The 5 million present value in 20 years time, ang future value ana is 1 million lang yapon because wala may interest. So sa ngalan niya na interest, it will actually differ. Is the cost of borrowing money where the borrower pays a fee to the owner for using the owner's money. Interest can be simple or compounded. So when we talk of simple and compounded, the only difference is that such interest, only the principal amount will be earning interest. So going back to the 1 million example, so if it is simple interest, 10% in 5 years, that will just be 1 million times 10%, 100,000, tapos times 5, 500, that's all. Pero kung compounded, meaning of compounded is ang interest mga anak og interest. So in year 1, ang 1 million nimo nag-earn siya og 100,000. So in year 2, ang i-times nimo sa 10% is ang 1 million plus the interest of 100,000 na. So 100 1,100,000 multiplied by 10%. Kung unsay answer ato, mao na to sa imong interest by year 2. The same by year 3, year 4, and year 5. So ang interest nimo naga-interest pod. So kung mangutang ka or kung magpautang ka, see to it that you are reaching in an agreement wherein nagkasinabot mo kung simple ba or compounded ang inyong interest. So there is a formula here. So interest is equals to principal times rate times time. So principal amount, how much is the amount deposited or how much is the amount borrowed multiplied by the rate of interest. Take note when we discuss or when we say 10%, ang imuhang i-multiply ana is 0.10 or 0.10. Pag may kag 5%, that is 0.05. So always convert into decimal. And also the time. How much time will it stay as a deposit? So for example, Alena deposited 4,000 in his savings account, earning 8%. Dako kayo no, savings account tapos 8%. So, ang common karon is around 0.01% kung savings. Though na yung mga ginapang offer karon up to 4% annually for your savings deposit. How much is the interest after 4 years? So, if you will just be using the simple interest formula, it will just be 4,000 times 0.08 times 4. So, that is 4,000 times, that's 240. Tapos times 4, ay tama ba? Wait. 4 times 8. 320. 320 times 4, that is why 128. 1,280. However, if you will be using compound interest, it will be different. So, ang gibuhat nila dire is gimano-mano nila compute, no? So, 4,000 times 0.8, as nigawas na siya. Or you could simply compute it by having the formula of 4,000 multiplied by 0.08 raised to the power of 4. Okay? So if you try to compute that one, wala kang financial calculator, scientific calculator ba? But i-try ninyo na siya. It will result in the same answer. Okay? The principal 4,000 times 1.08 raised to the power of 4. Okay. So the answer will be 1,441.96. So as compared to the 1,280 ganina nga simple interest lang siya, there is actually a difference of 161.96. So again, the interest computed from the simple interest as compared with that of a compounded one is different, is higher. So again, when you invest, always look for investment that can be compounded. However, kung ikaw mag-borrow, kung ikaw ang manghulam, pangita og kahulaman nga simple interest lang. So, time value of money. Again, guys, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in the group chat. Let us now go to the time value of money. Money loses its value over a period of time, and there are several reasons why money loses the value. The most obvious one is what we call inflation, which reduces the buying power of money. So actually, inflation is just a normal phenomena because we live in a scarce world, meaning the resources in our planet is actually limited, and as the supply decreases, demand increases, and thus when demand increases, price will also increase. So that is just a normal phenomenon. So the inflation as of now, November 5, 2020, let us search for the inflation rate of the Philippines. Inflation rate Philippines 2020. So according to Rappler, in an October 6 in an October 6, 2020 article, the inflation rate of the Philippines is 2.3%. So what does that mean? It means that every year the prices increases by an average of 2.3%. So ang tag 100 nga tag 100. Ang tag 100 nga milk tea, for example, this year will be 102.3 pesos by next year. So that is just a simple way of explaining inflation rate. Again, that is just a normal scenario. But if you can see, if you could analyze it further, the longer the time, or kumbaga, the longer that we wait to purchase a particular object, the more siya nga magmahal. So if it is a land, if it is a building, if it is a jewelry, for example, nagadugay, nagamahal. As well as commodities, bugas, nagadugay, nagamahal. So pa ba? Isda, probably, that's commodity. Mais, okay. Sir, what about cell phones, sir, and other gadgets? Actually, nagabarato na because not necessarily nagabarato. Pero the same model, for example, kaning nga cellphone, Nokia, mga keypad. So kung kani gihapon nga cellphone imong paliton 3 years from now, surely magbarato ni because nagadaan man siya. But if you will just be purchasing commodities such as kanang mga food, then it will be affected by inflation. Okay? But quite often, the cost of receiving money in the future rather than now will be greater than just loss in its real value on account of inflation. As well as if you have the chance to choose having the money now or the money later, a lot of people would say nga, karon na lang ako kwaon. Kay the principle behind is, kung karon ako siya kwaon, ma-enjoy man ako karon, mapalit na ako kung gusto. But for an investor, depende. Depende sa unsa, sir. Depende sa computation because a wise investor or a wise person who manages their own money and finances would always compute. Ilan ang i-compute ang future value sa present value. Kay kung asang mas taas, then matong ilahang pilion. It's not as automatic as karon na sir, karon dayon. It's not like that. So the opportunity cost of not having the money right now also includes the loss of additional income that we could have earned by having received the cash earlier. Moreover, receiving money in the future rather than now may involve some risk and uncertainty regarding its recovery. For these reasons, future cash flows are worth less than present cash flows. So most of the time, future cash flows are worth less than the present cash flow. That is why for a lot of people, they would choose to have the money now. So, say for example, if you will be retiring at the age of 60 years old, tapos na kay option between mag-pension agad ka wherein magdawat na dayon ka monthly or ilump sum ni may muhang 5 years, majority of people would actually prefer to get the money now. Not for investment, but for immediate gratification. Palit balay, palit kotse, or whatever. Because again, it depends on our preference. But to an investor, again, it depends kung asang mas dako, future value ba or present value. So time value of money concept attempts to incorporate the above consideration into financial decisions by facilitating an objective evaluation of cash flows from different time periods by converting them into present value or future value equivalents. As again, sama sa gingon nako, I'm introducing this concept for us to be able to compute and compare the value between present and future so that we can decide with more data on hand. Because again, we are talking here of financing decisions. So when you are trying to do business, you might get to a point wherein unsa man utangon na ko ni isa ka kuanon, isa ka unsa ni? Isa ka bagsakan nako utangon, nya bayaran nako ana man namon or ana man namon akong tigom before nako paliton. So those are the decisions that you have to consider. Again, in the premise of business. Because if in the premise of personal gratification, surely ang pilion nato is kanang ma-satisfy dayon ta karon. So this ensures the comparison of like with like. So take for example, suppose that you have earned a cash bonus for an outstanding performance at your job. So you get the chance or you were able to receive an award. So ikaw ang outstanding performance. So, na kay prize. You have the option though to receive 10,000 pesos now, karon, or receive the 10,800 after 1 year. Okay? So na kay choice. Dawaton nimo ang 10,000 karon or paaboton nimo ang isa ka tuig para mahimo siyang 10,800. For us laymen kanang mga typical nga mga tao, of course dili na sa kailangan huna-hunaon, dili na sa kailangan kompyuton. The most obvious option would be to get the 10,000 pesos now because pila ram ng 800. Okay? Pila ram ng 800 niya. Isa ka tuig akong paaboton. Dito na ako sa 10,000 dayon. But then again, let us try to put a hat of an investor. So, what if between these two na other details? Number one is the inflation rate is 5% and the interest rate on the banks is 12%. So, although in absolute terms, option B offers a higher. So, kung ang numbers lang ang tanawon, murag lamang ang kaning option number 2, option B, because mas dako man siya. The absolute value is higher for option B. But then again, kailangan na ito mag-compute. Start with, you can buy more with 10,000 pesos now with 10,800 in a year's time due to the 5% inflation. Second, if you receive the bonus now, you can invest the cash in a bank deposit and earn a safe annual return of 12%. In contrast, you stand to lose this interest income if you choose option B. So, the explanation of that is kung magpaabot pa ka og again, kung karon nimo kuhaon ng 10,000, mas daghan kag mapalit as compared sa 10,800 nimo in 5 years time. So, let us adto ta diri sa baba. Ni compute ba niya? Yeah, i-compute niya sa baba. So, let us try to see the computation. So, the future value, i-compare na to ang future value sa duha. Okay? So, before ta mo decide kung option A or option B ba itong pilion, let's try to compute and compare their future values. So, assuming a future values ang ato ang consideration before making the decision. So, the future value of option A is, di ba, 10,000 pesos man to. Tapos, pwede nimo siya i-invest at a 12% interest per year. So, after 1 year, mahimo siyang 11,200. So, option A, future value ng option A is 11,200. Future value of option B is 10,800. Anong 10,800 man, sir? Wala na lagi siya i-compute. Because again, that is already the future value of option B. Because i-compare na to ang future value sa option B nga 10,800 kay after 1 year naman ni siya. So, this is already the future value of option B. Tapos, i-compare na to siya sa future value sa option A. Ang option A is kuhaon na to karon. Pero kung kuhaon na to karon, naa may bangko nga maghatag sa ato og 12% interest per year. So, ang future value sa option A, nahimo siyang 11,200. So, pwede na nato siya ma-compare. Kaya future value naman sila duha. So, in this case, mas lamang ta kung option A ang ato ang pilion. Kung future value ang ato ang tan-awon. So, what about if present value ang ato ang i-consider? So, the present value of option A is already 10,000 because, again, karon man ni siya, 10,000. So, it's the present value. So, let us also compute for the present value of option B. So, ang option B is 10,800 after 1 year. So, gusto nato mahibal-an pila ang iyang value karon. So, given the 12% interest rate, so the present value of the option B is 9,642. So in this particular computation between option A and option B, taking into consideration the present value, mas lamang yapon si option A. So, option A, kuha na to ang dismil karon. Kaya sa future value, A man ang nigawas. Sa present value, A man po ang lamang. So, sigurado na ta. Though, it's quite obvious, pero more or less, sigurado na ta nga, mas lamang dito sa option A by having computations. Okay? So, let's now go to the risk-return trade-off. Higher risk is associated with greater probability of higher return and lower risk with a greater probability of return. So that is the general concept. Wherein, kung mas risk go daw ang usa ka investment, it will lead to a higher return. Marag sugal. Sugal, more or less, sabong, 50-50. So, ngayon kag 50-50, 50% chance madaog, 50% chance mapildi. So, risky jud siya because there's no guarantee. Wala din siya guarantee nga ihatag. It's just a game of chance. Pero of course, kung mudaog ka, times 2 man pod imong kwarta. Kung mapildi, hurot pod. Pero kung say moingon sila nga kung mamaligya lang kag ice water, paliton nimo ang ice water og piso tapos baligyan nimo og dos, ginansya nakadayon no. Pero again, ginagmay lang jud siya kay may kumakahalin ka og tagani bali 10,000 pesos nga ice water or ice sa isa ka adlaw dili man pod. So tingi-tingi lang papiso-piso lang anam-anam pero again sigurado. So that's the trade-off between higher risk, high return, low risk, low return. So this trade-off which an investor faces between risk and return while considering the investment decision is called the risk-return trade-off. So when we invest or when we ask for financing for our business, aside from looking into the future value and the present value, we also have to consider the risk-return trade-off. Kay usahay manggod bisan pag dako kayo ang promise nga return or promise nga payout, okay? Payout daw, dako daw kayo ang promise na payout, pero wala man po'y klaro, then it is tawag nito. Wait lang guys ha. Okay, ninanawag kadali. So let's continue. Where was I? So ayun. So even if the payout promise or the promise of payout is very high, 30%. So itong sa Regen times 4 man tong sa Regen, no. Times 4 at the end of the month, that's 400%. So taas kayo, that's a very high. Di lang siya very high kanang si term na. Basta kanang di ka panipaniwala nga pagkataas sa rate of return. But then again, there is a corresponding risk. Taas ang balik, taas po ng risgo. That is why, after just 2 months, yabo. Okay? Pero kung sa time deposit nimo sa bangko, gamay lang yung check tubo. Maybe 3%, 4% per year. Pero sigurado. So you can be assured that in 10 years time, napa na imong kwarta diha, tubo siya og sinsilyo. So those are the considerations that you have to make. So deciding what the amount of risk you can take while remaining comfortable with your investment is very important. Because this is just a personal opinion. Magunsa man ang dako kayo ka og makuha nga kwarta if di man po kakatulog. Okay? Kay sige kag kabalaka, sige kag hunang-huna. So it will defeat the purpose of actually having money. Because to me, having money should give us comfort, freedom, and peace of mind. Kung dili na mahatag sa imuhang kwarta, may pag-ilabay na imuhang kwarta. Because wala lang na pulos. Dagan lang ikag kwarta, dagan mo kag kaaway, dagan mo kag kwarta, di man po katulog. Pero of course, kung kaya nimo maging mayaman and at the same time happy, maghihatagon and makatulog puga, na kay peace of mind, why not? Why not have both? Okay? So in the investing world, risk is the chance that an investment's actual return will be different than expected. Practically, risk means that you have the chance of losing some or even all of your original investment. That is why mo ani siyang makabutang diri sa figure. Low risk, low return, high risk, high return. So the higher the risk, greater return. The risk return trade-off tells us that there are no guarantees. Of course, there's no guarantee. There is no such thing as guarantee. Take it from me, guys. There's no such thing as guarantee. Kana moingon sila nga sigurado lagi ni, sigurado ni wala na palya. Malamang sa malamang burit na sa. The only thing that is certain is risk. Okay? For everything that we will do, di yun na mawala ang risk. So just as risk means higher potential return, it also means higher potential losses. The same with businesses. For example, business nga magmaruya ka. Most probably mahalinan jud ka because ang mga tao mamalit man jud nagbarato nya lami. And maruya is one of those barato tapos most of the time lami. So pag mamaligya ka na, tako jud puruhan nga mahalinan ka. Pero di nimo na ikadato. Unlike sa mag-invest ka o let's say magtukod ka og resort which will entail money, millions probably of money. Dako kay kag ibutang nga kwarta and there's a chance nga basig malugi ka and mabaon ka sa utang. But then again, on the flip side, there's also a chance for you to actually become rich by having this good investment as compared sa magmaruya lang. Okay? So the question is, how do you know what risk level is most appropriate for you? Well, this is not an easy question to answer. Risk tolerance differ from person to person. As for me, guys, I have experienced losing thousands of money. And ako, medyo aggressive jud ko, taas jud ko risk tolerance. I have this experience nga na ako'y paliton nga item gikan sa China. China jud directly, ako'y nakita nga contact. Walay midman, wala di na to na ako kaila, wala po yung nag-refer sa ako ang kaila na ako. So it was just a leap of faith. And it's around 19,000, 20,000. But nevertheless, I went for it. So that is why, and ready na ako. The moment nga gi-deposit na ako to sa iyang bank account, ready na ako mawala to. And makatulog ra gyapon ko nga mawala to. So I consider my risk as myself as in terms of risk tolerance, medyo taas dyan akong tolerance. Pero napoy uban nga bisan pag 100 lang na di sila gusto mawalaan. So they just rather work. Mang-employo na lang ko at least time in, time out. Mutinarong lang, di lang magpabadlong at least sigurado ang income. So again, investments, business is not for all of us may try, but at the end of the day, we have different risk tolerance and it will actually determine kung asa ta mas hiyang in terms of making money. So hence, an individual investor needs to arrive at his own individual risk-return trade-off based on his investment objective, his life stage, and his risk appetite. Kung taas kay kagdamgos kinabuhi, then the world will demand you to take greater risk. Pero kung gusto lang pobreng hamugaway, there's nothing bad about that. And you can just take life easy, slowly, and low risk. So it depends kung saan ka maging happy. Charot. So basically that's it for tonight. And we have an application here, the same. You have to answer this one in as well as the activity above. So that would be all for tonight. And if na may question, do not hesitate to ask in the group chat. So that would be all. Good night.